guys, welcome back to Chiquel's YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and I'm here today to do an unboxing with you. So if you love unboxing wigs, toppers, wig reviews, tips, tricks, anything to do with alternative hair, then make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see all of those things and more. But today you get to unbox with me a wig called Own the Room by Gabor. And oh, it's so bright. This is one of Gabor's newer wigs this year from their luxury designer series. And this is a really beautiful wig. And I have it here in the color Arctic Frost. So I'm just gonna get it right out of the box. And look at this beautiful color. So I know I show on here a lot of blondes and some brunettes. Where are we here? But I don't often show these more gray toned colors. So this is the color Arctic White. Arctic White is going to be almost just that. It's going to have your lightest gray in it, plus white, and there's almost like a sprinkling, just tiny sprinklings of a brown in here, which is hard to pick up on the camera, but it's just tiny little sprinklings of brown throughout it. So here is this beautiful color. Let's take a look at this cap before I put it on for you. All right, so Own the Room is going to have an extended temple to temple lace front. So that's gonna go all the way pretty much almost to the bottom of the ear tab. It goes right here. So in Gabor's newer collection that they've made, they have done these extended lace fronts that are really quite beautiful and very much similar to Raquel Welch's lace fronts. And if you don't know, Raquel Welch does beautiful lace fronts. Okay, so not only do we have that lace front that's extended, we also have a monofilament left part. So this left part actually goes all the way back here. Oftentimes monofilament parts go about to here, but this one is extended all the way to the back, which is awesome. The rest of the top here has some wefting on it. So there's likely gonna be a little bit of Permatease in there. We have an open wefted cap. It's nice and stretchy. We have velvet ear tabs, as well as a velvet extended nape and some Velcro adjusting straps. So all of that together makes a really, really beautiful, natural looking wig. All right, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a shake. Whenever I get new wigs, I give them a bit of a shake, wake up the fibers, and kind of break up that zigzag part that they all come in. So whenever your wig is new out of the box, it will have a zigzag part. And honestly, that zigzag part is not doing you any favors. So I always suggest getting rid of that zigzag part so that you can expose your monofilament if you have that monofilament there. All right, let's see here. Oh, this one is gonna go that way. All right, I don't really wear this color often, so whenever I see myself in this, it's so different on me. It's so bright, but it is a really beautiful color. There's no rooting in this color, by the way. So I know a lot of women who do prefer these whites and grays, they don't like the rooting because it's kind of backwards from how we would grow our hair, you know? Our hair would come in gray and then it would have our like old darker color perhaps. But often whenever they do rooted colors for grays, they do dark roots. But if you're gonna have gray hair, you wouldn't have dark roots. Am I making any sense? Does that make sense to anybody? Anyways, okay, here she is. Oh my gosh, okay. She's a really natural density. I'm not gonna say she's a light density, but she's not a medium density either. She's very in between, light to medium density. She's very soft as well. So these are made with Gabor's true to life heat friendly fibers, which are the same fibers that Raquel Welch uses. So Gabor and Raquel Welch are made by the same manufacturer, Hair You Wear. So Hair You Wear, their brands are Raquel Welch and Gabor, and they have a few more as well. So these are the same fibers that Raquel Welch uses. So they're true to life heat friendly synthetic, meaning you can use heating tools on them up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And that's really great because heat-friendly fibers tend to get frizzy and a little crispy and frazzly pretty easily. But in order to help manage that and help maintain a nice straight and not frizzy end, then using heat helps completely get rid of that and makes it feel like new again. So I definitely recommend adding heat to this every few wears to get rid of that frizziness. And on a wig like this, where it is generally straight, it's really easy to maintain. Let me spin around for you. It has some really lovely layering in it as well that almost frame the face in a really soft way. I also find the ends, sorry, I keep having one more thing to say and then I turn around. Apparently I'm not spinning for you yet, but I really love the feathery ends of this. It's like they took scissors and, you know, cut upwards so it's not so blunt. So nice feathery ends, nice subtle layering. It's not crazy layering, but it's nice and subtle. Okay, I will spin for you now so you can see everywhere. This feels really light. It does not feel heavy at all. It's a really natural feeling piece on and quite comfortable. All right, let me show you this lace front. Pull it off here. So like I said, it is an extended lace front, which means it's going to go all the way to about here, as opposed to your standard lace front is just temple to temple, which means it goes about here. So this is really awesome for styling it off of your face. However, even though when I style it off my face, I always love to put some face framing pieces there just to make it a little bit more soft and to hide any lace. This would be a really great everyday wig as well. And that's because the density is very natural. The wig itself is not too long. I mean, of course it is a long-ish, but it's not too long that it's gonna get super tangly. It's a very good length for an everyday wig. And this is a length that suits a lot of people in my opinion. Okay, with this lace front, I just wanted to mention how in the very, very front, it's really nice and there's not a ton of hair there, but after about 1/2 centimeter, it does seem to bulk up a bit with more hair. I don't know if you can tell how this suddenly goes, like seems like there's a lot of hair there, even if I try and press it down. So it feels like the density at the hairline, even though it's nice and thin right within the first 1/2 centimeter, after this section here, I don't know if you can tell how suddenly it gets thicker, more dense. So with that, sometimes it makes the hairline not quite as natural just because there's almost too much hair beyond that part there. However, that is not something that's going to steer me away from this wig at all. I still find it to be very natural. I do find that a lot of Gabor's newer pieces that have the monofilament part with the lace front, such as Dress Me Up, that's their new kind of wavy one. It has the same idea where it's the first 1/2 centimeter is nice and thin, but then it gets really dense and really thick. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at the monofilament part. Might even be a little bit hard to see because of the color, but there it is. And you can part it within that sort of 1-inch section here. So if you want a deeper left part, you can make it a little bit deeper. And see how this hair doesn't want to stay yet. That's because it hasn't been trained to go in that particular way. So if you ever want this hair to stay where you want it, then you definitely need to use heat. So you could take a blow dryer and blow dry it right at the roots here to help it get trained to go this way. So these heat defiant synthetic fibers are only going to go into a new style and in a new direction if you add heat to it. I just really love this wig. It is a very wearable wig. And when I say wearable, I mean that this could be worn just about anywhere. It can be a very casual look if you want it to be. You know, you can pair this with jeans and a t-shirt and it's gonna look like it belongs. Or this is one that you can glam up a little bit and wear it with a dress or something and go out in it. And it's also gonna look like it belongs there as well. So I just feel like this has a lot going for it. Okay, so let's talk about the lengths here. In the front, we have about 9 inches of length here. The sides are about 10.5 inches to the lowest point. At the back, we're gonna have 11.5 inches. From the crown, it's 11 inches. And from the nape, so the part of the wig at the very back here, that is gonna be 8.5 inches long. And now, you know what I think is also really great about this wig? Because of all this soft layering in it, it can be this long, of course. However, this would be a great piece to cut and make into a shorter bob. If, let's say, you've had this wig for a long time and you wanted to change it up a little bit, you could definitely cut it to more of this length here. And look, suddenly, this could be a really nice shorter bob. See how I just changed the whole look of that? So this would be a really great one for longevity. I know how I said that in order to keep these fibers really great at the tips, you just need to add heat, which is true. However, over time, if you decide to have this wig for a long period of time and want to switch it up a bit, you could definitely cut this and it is going to look just as cute. Okay, you know what this wig reminds me of, and I even have it here to show you as a comparison, is Jon Renau's Elle. So I have Elle here, and this is in the color Mist. And this is with synthetic hair as opposed to heat defiant synthetic. Let me put Elle on for you. That's E-L-L-E. It is a very similar style of wig. It's sort of a longer bob. See what I mean? Now, if Own the Room is something you are interested in, but let's say you do not like the left part, because I know that there's some right-parted friends out there. Elle is a full mono top, so you could absolutely make it into a right part, which is awesome. So it's a really similar wig. The density is very similar. The layering is pretty similar as well. It has these shorter, soft face framing pieces in it. And it is a wefted cap, velvet ear tabs, velvet nape, very similar piece. Maybe Elle is a touch shorter. So if you want a similar wig, but maybe you don't like heat defiant fibers, you want just a synthetic piece, or maybe you want more styling versatility on top with this full monofilament part, or monofilament top on Elle, this might be another good option for you. I'll turn around quickly so you can see Elle. So Elle is my own personal wig that I've had for a little while now, and I really love her. Okay, let me put back on Own the Room so we can see that one more time. This one, as we know, is fresh out of the box, whereas Elle I've had for about 4 or 5 months maybe, but she's still looking fantastic. All right, I haven't touched on the Permatease yet, so that is always a question I'm asked. So there is a little bit of Permatease. It's really not overwhelming though. There's not a ton, but there is a little bit at the crown, and there's a little bit on the right-hand side here at the top, and just a little bit, not even really a lot throughout to the side here, and then there's none down the rest of the wefting. So the most Permatease you'll find is at the crown and the top here and touch at the side, but that's it. Very subtle Permatease, not enough to scare you away. So I know that Arctic White isn't a color that's gonna work for everybody, but this comes in an array of different colors. So if you are a blonde, brunette, red, anything really, you can probably find a different color that will work for you. And if Own the Room is a wig that you're really interested in, then make sure you go check it out on our website at chiquel.com, chiquel.com.au if you're in Australia, or chiquel.ca if you're in Canada. And if you have any questions about this, make sure you go ahead, put them below, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. As always, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.